know. I feel like you can have a variety of people that you vibe with, a variety of people that you are in love with, that you do find love in. However, you make the choice to say, I'm just going to settle with this one here. And I don't mean settle meaning lowering your standards, but I'm just going to choose to be with just this one.
Okay, some valid points there. I do think that and I know it sounds silly almost, because when you say soulmate, most people think that, oh, this is a person we're meant to be.
Right.
There can be no other.
Right.
This is it. The end all be all.
Right.
But I do think that you can have, like kind of what you said, you can have several people that fit certain criteria or meet certain needs for you.
Right, right.
But I do believe that you can have more than one soulmate. And I think over your lifetime, you can have more than one soulmate.
Right.
Like, I think a lot of people think that when you say soulmate, it's just one person and that's it. Like, if that didn't work out with that person, dang, I miss my soulmate. That was my soulmate. It's never going to happen again. I don't necessarily believe that. Because I've experienced of being really, really into somebody, and the connection was so strong.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is my soulmate. And then for whatever reason, it didn't happen.
Didn't work, right.
And then you can, at some point, maybe not the very next person, but maybe a person two down the line that you end up dating, you can have that same connection all over again.
Right, exactly. Because you can love people on different levels. And for, various different reasons. So to just say that there's one soulmate, it'll be very hard, especially us as humans who we are, we are compassed with so many different qualities and characteristics. So to just say there's one person that fits your match, I don't really think that's what's the word I'm looking for? Logical, is that?
Okay. So with that being said, so when you said earlier, you said you believe that you can't. It's about choices. So you choose to love.
Right.
And I said, really? So my point to saying that to you was, do you think that? Because sometimes the connection is there so strong, you weren't even looking for that person.
Right.
You just ended up meeting. You guys met and it happened. So in an instance like that, that's why I said I don't know if you always can choose love. I don't know if it's about choices. Sometimes it just falls. It just happens. Organically happens.
But then you choose to either entertain it, allow it to grow. Because see, okay, let's define the difference between love. Okay, because I'm just sitting here looking at an article written by Paul Hudson. It's on dating and love. And he actually specifies that there's two different definitions for love and romantic love. Okay. Now, I know my definition from my research, I have found that love is an unconditional care or concern for one's being, for a person.
Like
an unconditional, right. So you can love anybody. But then the romantic love is where it puts it on another level, where Helen Fisher, an American anthropologist and human behavior researcher, she focuses primarily on romantic interpersonal relationships. And she certainly agrees with romantic love is an obsession.
Just keep my sister said we keep in and out.
Oh, okay. It's an obsession. And there's a very interesting, way she puts it. But romantic love and love aside from the moment, it's she says that we fall in love, but romantic love is when you have an obsession of love. Like, that was her definition.
Wow.
So I think with the obsession part comes all the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank today. Where you become the intimacy. Because when you just love, it's just on the basis of it. There's a genuine care, concern for a person, an individual, and that could be somebody as your son, your daughter, whoever. But with the romantic love, that's when it goes to another level. And I think with the romantic love, you have to make a choice on who I'm going to be romantically in love with.
I mean, you know what? I hear what she's saying. I see where she's going with that. But I'm just speaking from like personal experience. I know I've had situations where like when that connection happens and love is calling you, I think choice goes out. You're gonna open that door. Right. Especially if you feel like this person is your soulmate. Okay. Because I think those things all mentally and emotionally for us, those things all go hand in hand. Right. So if you meet this person, the connection is strong, and you have all these things in common, and they make you feel like no one else has ever made you feel. Right. They're opening that door for you. They're ending your sentences. Like the connection is there. Most of us, we think soulmate automatically, and then this person is making us feel the way we've never felt in our life. Right. So that right there precedes love. Love is on the way.
So the romantic love, there is the chemistry.
The chemistry, absolutely.
The chemistry.
The chemistry.
And with the chemistry comes the physical attraction.
Absolutely.
Right? It comes all the other stuff, like you said, finishing each other's sentences and the intimacy and all of that. But is that a choice?
I don't think it's. I think the choice. I think love made the choice for you.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I know it sounds like, I know y'all like, what the hell is he talking about? But I just don't think, I think that you do choose love at times, but I think the majority of the times, I think love finds your ass.
Okay. How so though? Like what, just from a person?
I think like I said, with that connection, you bump into somebody. You know how you always hear people say, well, I ain't looking for nobody. I'm happily single. I'm this, and that. Then a month later, girl, honey, boom, I done met so-and-so. And
my Boaz.
Yeah. Like, and so, you know, it ain't that you were looking and you were trying to get focused and you're working on yourself. And,
right.
You know, you're in church, you're praying, you're doing all these things that people have said, these are things you need to do to attract this good man.
Well, let me say this. Okay, like you said, attracted. I'm glad you said that because that's the part I wanted to go into was the law of attraction. The law of attraction is something I've been studying recently. So like you said, you're focused, you're not worried about a man, you're praying, you're going to church, you're doing that, whatever, you're living your life, you're doing you. But you know how we say, how the saying used to go, you are what you eat, or a bird of a feather flocks together.
Right.
Right? So law of attraction comes into, we make a choice to say, okay, I'm not going to focus on getting a man. However, your heart's desire is tall, dark-skinned, and bow-legged. So although you may not be out there seeking a man,
right,
because that is the choice you've made in your mind, that this is what I desire in a mate, you may not be out there going to every club and trying to talk to every tall, dark-skinned, and bow-legged dude. However, because you have now put it out into the universe, you have now made a choice that that's what I want and what I desire. Yes, now the universe, God, whoever you want to equate it to, allows that to come around and find you. You attract what's inside of you. You attract what you decide, what you focus on, what you desire is what you attract. You know, have you ever said, has this ever happened to you? And this is how this is how I've known law of attraction to be real. You sit and you talk about somebody you have not seen in 10 years. And within that same week, you run the Wawa. You be like, I was just talking about you on Monday. How ironic.
Right.
I haven't seen you in 10 years, and all of a sudden, when I said your name on Monday, now I just happen to see you. Law of attraction. You put it out there, and the universe, God, whoever, allows it to come to you. You've attracted that. So a lot of times, and I remember when I first, after I was like, I'm done dating and all of that, when I got into the church and I got all deep and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm going to wait on, God to send me my husband and all that great stuff. I kept attracting these thug dudes. These dudes used to come and try to holler at me. They was, the saggy pants wearing, Tim's hat fitted backwards, fitted turned backwards. And I was like, yo, I'm not even on that type of time. Right. Why do I keep attracting these dudes? But realistically, in my heart, tall, dark-skinned, bow-legged, coming from the streets of New York, yes, I still desired the Tims. I still desired the saggy pants. Out my mouth, I was saying one thing. But in my heart, in my mind, that's what I truly